So for most monetized channels, the ticket is to make some static videos, get some subscribers, then you go live stream and you get revenue from a super chat. For me, it's a little different. I have to use a clickbait. If I can title something in a way, it can trick a few views into my, yeah, it can trick a few views. Other than that, YouTube has successfully protected the civilization that we live in from my subversive tirade of hate. You have been protected because for people to hear my message, it would be like bullying. So YouTube is making sure that I can't bully everybody, like the masses or whatever, with my message. Unless I use some kind of more subversive clickbait strategy. So they're trying to get more than, like, they're stealing, but they're stealing from non-monetized people. What is there to steal if you don't steal their money, right? That is a fucking question, right? I can only guess. I can guess. I think my guess is accurate. Because I think it's like, you know, you think that you can plan and research and coordinate for people to come together and do a live stream so you can get monetized for creating content which is value, right? And then selling that, right? But you have so many words that you can't say. And it's not just you're bringing other people on to talk. So the product is not really sellable until the very last word, until somebody says, that's all, goodbye. Then if they look at the whole thing, if they see something that you said this or you said a word that you're not allowed to say, they could decide to demonetize it or not. And just like with when you get struck, you get struck on old videos that have been around for a long time that were never a problem before, or you get struck and it takes weeks to find out what you violated on the TOS, and they can't be descript and they can't be direct, like it's weasel words. So you still don't know how to not get struck. So for all your efforts and everything, they could just decide, that you don't get no money. They can just decide because you said a word, then that means you're bullying and you're giving people subversive material. You're bullying, attacking them, as if they need to be afraid that there's something that you might say that if they heard it, that they would be scarred by having heard it, because they forced to believe you, because you have to believe everything that comes in your ears. You know that? It's like, if we don't protect you from some of the things that might enter your ear hole, then you would get bullied by these subversive types like me, but then it's not about that. It's about getting you to come up with subversive clickbait titles, because you're not, So I wanted to try that if it works, and then they could use it to discredit you. But you have to know why I started the channel in the first place. Because ultimately you're the one that they have to gaslight. You're the target of the gaslighting. So if you're oblivious and aloof, it didn't work. And for whatever it is that you don't know what they could steal, it isn't until you're keen on something that they want to suggest for you to try to steer away from, or to maybe you should try these subversive clickbait tactics. But now that you know that, you can't ignore it anymore. So so it's like, if they think, they can overwhelm you, because if you just use repetition, then you could say a lie and repeat it until it's true. You'll manifest it with your energy. Is that what they think? Because Is that what they think? I mean, it's only really like a waste of energy and resources. And as soon as, I mean, it just comes down, they have to be legislated in a certain way for them to exist, because another platform could just fucking pop up and be like, oh, guess what? We offer you a true way to reach out. Like, this platform actually works. You don't have to be, what's it called? Compartmentalized and ramrodded into a category of this or that by having compromised your integrity, which is what they might be stealing. What if, instead of stealing money from somebody, what if it's more valuable for them to compromise some kind of integrity, so then they are not able to do what the platform promises they can do? As many times as you try, we can send a message to you and suggest something that might be illegal if we didn't have this ability to set you up with an expectation. As many times as we can take it away, we can take it away. Sooner or later, you'll get the message. Plus, how are they going to eloquate that it's illegal for us to do this? We can get away with it as long as we can get away with it. You can get mad if you want to. So instead of getting mad, I'm going to realize that the reason they're doing this is because initially people were exposing shit. But now, if there's a conspiracies and things that happen, I will ignore it, because they probably are doing this shit so that you will fill in the blank. Because there's going to be like more possible ways that it could have happened, and they're going to, as soon as there's a high possibility of something happening, they will stage it, because you have a lot of different ways to suggest that who did it, you know. So you won't be actually exposing anything anymore, and it's a way to subvert all of the people who tried to use their platform to tell the truth. Even though that truthers now is a kind of a shambles. Like, nobody wants to be associated with truthers, including myself. Why is that, right? Right? Like, at some point in time, it was like, shit, if you're not that, then what are you doing? So what changed the whole paradigm? So whatever that is now, if there's a school shooting or a plane crashes or any of that shit, I'm not gonna fucking try to fill in no blanks. I'm gonna try to ignore it, because it could be now that they're trying to be dismissive of the source that it is. It's just the ability, like the Overton window, for people to use a platform to express themselves to a large amount of people, and you don't have to have a license or be an established credential or anything like that. And so, like, who would be afraid of that? I'm not. I wasn't never afraid of people having that ability, right? It doesn't mean I'm some holier than thou. It just means that it just never floated my boat that there would be a platform that would get so many people to waste their time and energy than to steal their money and to steal something that isn't even money, which is your time, your energy. And what do they do with it? Because it doesn't just go nowhere. They can still convert it into some kind of chaos or something. You know, I knew why they, like, you know, it's just like, if people are getting close, you just come up with a cipher or something where people are, it's like viral, and then they can compartmentalize you with whatever that little viral cipher is that's promising to give people a huge revelation that never comes. And then you got these words you can't say, so that anybody can come on and screw up your hard labor and your work, like your research and coordination. A lot of people don't even know that any research or coordination goes into some shit. They're just watching it. They're just like, oh, I think you're either on the side or you're with the evil. And so that's what matters. People like that are like the commodity, the valuable resource, because you're going to be directed in a way that's going to put you in opposition to anyone using the meaningfulness of the platform, what is just what it's supposed to do. It's not whether or not it works anymore. It's whether or not you do this for views, or you do this for clout, or you do this for money, or you do this for this, or you do this for that. And they think that there's not going to be anybody who's going to do it for free. Because, you know, you could laugh at them. You're ridiculous. Like, you probably can't. Like, there's probably a good reason. And that, yes, it is a reason. Because if I wasn't censored, then I would be bullying and giving subversive material to pollute society, and society would end up being traumatized just by what you has to say, you know? Huh. But, all right, that's enough.